Hi, my name is Will Nunziata, New York City-based director and creator of theater, television, and film, and also a proud FENIX Global Artist Ambassador. Today, I am thrilled to be speaking with the incredible Sean from the blues band, The Dirty Rollers. For more on Sean and The Dirty Rollers, you can read more about all of them right below this video, but in the meantime, here is a sneak peek at the incredible talent of The Dirty Rollers. Well, hello, Sean. How are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you, and doing so much better now that I'm speaking with you. And I'm so excited that the audience got a little sneak peek of your incredible talent with your tune Dollar Signs. Sean, you live in Greenpoint, New York, but born in Scotland. Talk to me about Sean from Scotland and his love of music. Where did it begin for you?
It's quite a funny story actually. It's almost like a really quintessential Scottish upbringing that I had. I actually lived across the street from a bagpipe making store.
Oh my gosh, I
It
freaking love it already.
sounds like a cliche, but I used to wake up in the summer because the guys would go outside and test the bagpipes. So when it was a nice day in the summertime, 7 a.m., the guys would go outside with the bagpipes. So in my house, we'd hear bagpipes in the morning all the time, and it would wake me up, and I would hate it. But as I got older, I grew to like it, and I ended up joining a pipe band in the end of primary school, the beginning of high school, and I got into the side drum. So I started as a side drummer, and that's when I first fell in love with music.
I love it. So music that you probably hated because it was waking you up all the time, but here it is in your bone marrow. You can't get it out. And I love that you have now traversed infusing all of your love of music into your own voice. I want to know how you came up with the name Dirty Rollers and talk to me in the audience about your band.
Um, I love bands first and foremost. There isn't a lot of great bands left in the world, and I do love bands. Being in a team, being in a group, being with people, and I love the Rolling Stones. Um, One of my favourite bands, if not my favourite band, depending on when you speak to me. Um, and I liked the idea of rolling and keeping it dirty. I love the blues, I love rock and roll, and it's kind of dirty. You got to kind of get in the trenches, and especially with the blues, you got to feel a lot of pain. And yeah, you can make it pretty, but you definitely have to appreciate the dark side as well.
Well, talk to me a little bit about your love of the blues, because when I was reading that, I love the blues. I'm such a huge fan of that era of music, those artists during that time, especially obviously here in the States. I'm curious to know, growing up and even today, some of your inspirations, maybe both vocally and instrumentally.
Well, the blues is the main reason that I came to America. That's what attracted me to America. Once I heard the blues, I was in Denmark at a music festival with my cousin, and my uncle turned me on to Jimi Hendrix. So he's obviously a huge influence. And when I heard his blues, something in me kind of changed. and then I thought I want to go to America. I think I have a connection with that sound, with the blues. And of course, the blues isn't as popular today, but it's still, I could never let it go. It's definitely a part of jazz, rhythm and blues, funk. So it's kind of the underpinnings of a lot of other genres. So it's helped me learn other styles of music. So I do like the Rolling Stones, Mick Jagger. Um, in terms of voices, I would say that I like a gentleman called Kelly Jones from the Stereophonics. I like a lot of rock stars, Kurt Cobain, but I do like the Marvin Gayes, the Al Greens, the softer guys with the creamy voices. I kind of like it all the classic stuff.
I hear you. I'm the same way. And I love that you have this dichotomy of interests, so from the soothing to the melancholy to the hard rock. You can almost like feel the blood coming out of their veins. But what I also love so much about in terms of your understanding of the landscape of music, not many people know like we do, that the blues is really the foundation of so many musical genres, and that so many different genres and people and artists came before jazz, rock, pop. Blues is that underbelly. And the fact that you're doing it though, Sean, in your own way, infusing blues. I look at when I think of you, I'm a director, so excuse the metaphor, but it's almost like blues is the thread that goes throughout all of your artistic endeavors. That even sometimes, even if it's not in the forefront, it's there. Would you agree?
Exactly. Completely. And I do actually see myself as a blues man, as a blues guy. And when there's days when I'm working really hard on different projects artistically, and I come home late at night and I've only got 30 minutes to play the guitar, I'll play the blues, because that's how blues men lived. They worked all day and they got to play a little bit of blues at night. So I think you're spot on with what you said. And there's definitely blues threaded through all of my music.
Also, what I love so much, Sean, is the way that you were describing it, the way that you just come home, you have 30 minutes and you play the blues. As we both know in our studying of the craft, but also the history of it, so much of the blues was almost like a conversation. It was almost, it became a way of how people spoke of their inner, deepest, darkest feelings. And obviously, it goes without saying that these past 18 months have been pretty dark and traumatic for many people, especially artists like us. And I'm curious to know how your music has helped you throughout this time.
It's been such a blessing, especially to be able to play an instrument like the acoustic guitar or the piano. And acoustic blues, I'm sure you know, Mississippi Delta finger picking blues. You can do that by yourself, you can do it alone. It's been such a blessing to be able to express my pain and my sadness. I lost a couple of family members of my immediate family. It was really
I'm so
challenging.
sorry.
Thank you. And I look at the blues like therapy. Some people actually go to a therapist, and I just go to the blues. And it's always kind of held me through as a way to express my pain. And I guess I'm not looking for answers, just maybe a way to articulate just what I'm feeling, and just kind of let it be and let it go.
Well, thank you for doing that, because in you doing that, as you know, Sean, you're allowing other people who listen to your stuff to maybe seek some therapy and some healing, an opportunity to release any pain and trauma that they have. But as you know, but I want to remind you, that's the beauty of what you specifically do. And I think it's something that's really powerful.
Thank you.
Listen, Sean, I could speak with you forever, but before we go, I want to ask you one more question. In looking ahead and the stuff that you want to put out with the Dirty Rollers, I'm curious to know of any specific songs or projects you have coming up.
Yeah, actually, I've got a song coming out in a few weeks. It's a re-release. Actually, one of my songs kind of got brought down from TuneCore. I got to renew it every year, and I'm actually shifting a few songs onto my new distribution company, Ditto Music. So I'm going to re-release the song and and shoot some content for it. And then I'll be recording a new song in a couple of weeks, which is a bit more heavier. It's not a love song. It's a little bit more punk rock again.
I love it. Well, Sean, I can't wait to see what you come up with next. And for our audience watching, for more on the incredible Sean of Dirty Rollers, you can read more about him right below this video. Sean, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you, Will. And I really appreciate the connection with the FENIX, the cryptocurrency. I'm really excited to dive deeper in understanding how that helps artists develop in the future. So thank you again for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you.